Okay, so I just thought of an even more immediate need that I need to be focusing toward than replacing my tent. Now that it's spring, that means I'm going to have to strip down out of these heavy clothes, which means that my clothes that are closer to my body are going to start to stink, because I don't know if you know how stink particles work, but because they're largely bacteria particles, but they're airborne molecules, and they can travel further in warm environments. And see, okay, so one of the reasons I'm doing this, and I said this yesterday, but what I got off onto a tangent in my own mind. If I were doing this live or long form, I would have gotten off onto this tangent, and so I'm going to visit it a little bit. One of the things you don't know about the medieval world is that once it got warm, everybody went around naked. The whole fixation with clothing thing, that was way late in European history. I mean, like 1500s, way late. When Columbus went across the sea and found those Native Americans, they were dressed about the same as European commoners. The nudity of the Native Americans wasn't a big deal until later. We white English speaking people started to compare ourselves to the natives, going, hey, maybe we can dress better. Maybe we can actually wear our clothes. Maybe we can actually start to make comfortable clothes all year round because we're not savages. We've had access to the Bible for 1,500 years. What are we doing? Why are we still going around naked like savages? But that only became a pathology in the 15 and 16 and 1700s, y'all. I mean, even here in the colonies, people were going around naked. And it was like, come on, put your clothes on. But that like you talk about puritanical ideals, right? Well, they have to put their foot down on things because they're common things. And so public nudity was just a extremely common thing. But the point is, I'm going to need to replace a lot of these underclothes. I'm going to need to get underwear and then shorts for under these pants. And I should probably replace these pants because they've been directly against my skin for a few weeks and they're going to just stink on their own right, just from my body heat. And so I'm looking at just in clothes, I'm looking at another $50 or $60. And that's from Walmart. So I got like a $200 month coming up. And that's a lot. I've been pulling about 50. And that's good. So hey, this is when you tell your friends, right? Tell your friends, hey, there's this homeless guy. He just made it through a winter. It was actually pretty brutal. It was pretty fun to watch. You could totally do that. He gets pretty grumpy. He spends a lot of time grumpy, actually. It's pretty much a grumpy, irascible dickhead at all times. But for just $1 a day, you can keep him in a good mood. And when he's in a good mood, he talks about pretty cool shit. Let's go chill on his live and hang out in the chat and talk like we would normally talk, but in the chat at this dickhead. That'd be fun. And like, you guys know that my long forms, they don't have ads. You know that, right? That YouTube doesn't run. Well, they shouldn't. They better not be fucking running ads on my long forms. If they're running longs on my ad forms, come join my Patreon for free and I'll put them unlisted, and then they can't run ads on my long forms. Because I'm not monetized, y'all. That's at 500. And if I got 500 people on Patreon, I won't monetize.